Okay, so now we're going to learn how to put on makeup for soldier in training and the crew soldiers, because their makeup is the same. The older soldiers has another look, so that'll be a separate video. So right now we're just doing simple soldier makeup. This is young soldiers. So start out with the boys need to have something to protect their costumes. And so a smock or something like that, huge t-shirt, any of that will work. Put cream on their face before you put the foundation on, because stage makeup does dry out the skin. And especially since they're doing this more than once, they'll want to have the cream on. Okay, so what we do is you start out with foundation. And you're just going to put foundation over the entire face. And this is, and then you're going to blend it into the neck. And the foundation we're using will be in your box. You don't have to worry about finding a color. I'll put it in the box and it'll be marked young soldiers.
Okay, what it's going to, I guess this will give you a short one.
And it's really important because they do not have veils like a lot of the other acting parts. The foundation needs to be blended very well into the hairline, otherwise it'll just stop and it'll look really funny. So, whole face foundation, really make sure that depending on how light the boy's skin is, you're going to have to really make sure that there's no splotches or light patches, because then it just doesn't make it look natural. Go over their eyebrows, because the skin under the eyebrows will stand out funny if it's not blended. And you see how I'm brushing into the hairline here to help blend it with the rest of the face. The neck is a big one. You really want to make sure that the neck, that it doesn't just stop at the neck. So when you get to the neck, make it a little bit lighter. The foundation, don't put it on so thick. And then you just kind of lightly start brushing into the neck a little bit so that you don't have a line. And you can go over the lips. Don't worry about that, because we're going to make the lips the color we need. Then all the boys will match. The chin is a big one. It's really, you need to get past the bone and make it real, and then blend it real lightly past that, so that you don't have a brown white, because that'll look really funny, especially when the boys are up on stage.
Oh, not an actual thing. How are you? But you're going to have to. What are you going to do?
Make sure it blends by their ears. So just kind of blend that in a little bit there. Alright, so John, now look at the camera. There is blended foundation. And then we got to look back over it and make sure if you see any dark splotches that you've got to fix those now before we put the rest of the makeup on. Okay, so now for the lips, you're going to do just the brown that you have in your. We're going to do brown lips with just a touch of. It's not pink. It's more like of a rose color, and it's just so that it doesn't look strange. And this is just to define the lips. It's not a lipstick. It's just so that you can see them, so that their lips aren't blended into their face. Then rub your lips together. And again, all of this from far away, it'll just look natural, and it's not going to look like makeup. It's going to just help their features stand out when they're making expressions. So, let's see. The main thing for the boys is getting their face to look dirty. So you're going to use a little bit of a black, and you're going to put it on your fingers, and then you're going to rub it around. And then you're just going to kind of start, this is real light, but you want it to look like dirt on their face. you know, like they were working outside and touching stuff and then touching their face, and it's got to really get blended well. But it's in the end, it's almost like if you had the charcoal, you know, where you take charcoal and make your face look dirty. That's the effect we're getting. You know, and it just kind of mix it around. You don't want it to look like a splotch. You just want it to kind of make them look dirty, like they don't take a bath. Turn the face.
It was not an accurate, well, which was part of her,
you know, and if one of them looks a little bit, you know, dirtier, or it also can look, help them look a little bit rougher and not so much like young boys, because we don't want them to look too young. This helps a little bit too. And so he looks dirty. So can you go closer to the camera, John? That's a mistake. Don't do that. If you make a mistake, though, don't worry about it. Your foundation sponge, you can go over that and fix it very easily. You just cover it up. Alright. Alright, so besides that, theirs is not, that's really pretty much it. It's make sure they've got the lips, and it's brown and a little bit of the dusty rose color. You got your foundation, and then add a little bit of dirt. And that is it. Very simple for the boys. Important when they're taking off their costumes, make sure that they take off their makeup before they take off their costumes so that they don't get makeup on their costume. If they're going to go wash it off, then they need to make sure that they put their protective smock or, you know, XX t-shirt on or something. All right.